So it sounds like Microsoft is making some big moves lately. And according to new sources from Kotaku, they are going to be acquiring Obsidian Entertainment. You guys know this little company. They made a little game called Fallout New Vegas, and of course Knights of the Old Republic 2. So they have quite the pedigree there, and this could be absolutely huge for Microsoft. We're going to talk a bit about this here, and then also I'm going to follow up on some reactions about Fallout 76 from my recent videos, because you guys know I've been covering the hell out of Fallout 76 lately. But yeah, welcome back, my fellow Vault Dwellers and Wasteland Wanderers, to Open World Games. We got a lot to get into, so let's do this. Let's dive into this Kotaku article. It says, sources, Microsoft is close to buying Obsidian. Gasp. So they say here that they're finalizing a deal to acquire the independent studio Obsidian Entertainment. And you guys know that Obsidian, they really want to work on Star Wars and Fallout again. They have been extremely vocal about that. And they are a quality development studio for sure. They've been working on a wide variety of games. But according to 3 people that were briefed about the negotiations, they are very much nearing the end of this deal, that it's becoming finalized. Of course, they did warn that negotiations can fall apart even in their last hour, the 11th hour or final moment. So that could happen. So again, take that as a rumor. This all as a rumor. It has not been officially confirmed by Obsidian Entertainment that, hey, we've been acquired by Microsoft. But hey, I can imagine it happening. You know, Microsoft, they have been very busy lately planning their future, planning the next gen here. So I'm going to talk about that as well for sure. But there were some comments from Microsoft, which was basically, we do not comment on rumors or speculation. That's all that Kotaku could get from Microsoft. The same thing was said about Obsidian Entertainment as well. Now, what has Obsidian Entertainment been up to? Well, they have been working on a new game from the private division, which is a label of 2K games designed to fund mid-sized games. And then, of course, they did kickstart that project Pillars of Eternity. So they have been busy. They have been doing their own projects. And it's nice to hear that they are around still. And, you know, I would love for this company to still be around, even if Microsoft did acquire them. Hearing some of these game studios close is so depressing. You know, even the Walking Dead Telltale Games, you know, they closed. That was so saddening. So, you know, anything to keep these studios going makes me happy. Now, also, of course, this would be a massive move for Microsoft. They did acquire Playground Studios, which is made up of, you know, developers from around the world, from very successful studios like the Dirt 2 team, Codemasters, and such. And the rumor is, right now, Playground Studios could be working on, get this, guys, Fable 4. Wouldn't that be something? There's rumors also that the technology from Forza Horizon 4, you know, that seasonal change from, you know, winter, fall, winter, spring, and summer, that could end up being in Fable 4, because that was actually tested first in Fable 4. That's the rumor. So you can see Microsoft is really doing a lot of different things. They even acquired Ninja Theory, who made Hellblade, and that's huge news. I didn't even realize that. They've also kept, you know, Minecraft multi-platform as well. And they are willing to open their doors, though, to crossplay, which is a very important thing. Even PlayStation recently did crossplay for Fortnite, and they're opening up their doors as well, so you can play with Switch players, you know, PS4 players, Xbox One, PC. Everyone can get together and have a good time. So for Obsidian to really be under this umbrella and to be taken care of by Microsoft, and to get back into possibly creating these bigger games, RPGs that are open world, could be very, very big, of course, even for Obsidian Entertainment, and could benefit both parties. Now, I would expect something like this, if it's, you know, of course, made by Obsidian Entertainment under Microsoft, to still end up on PC, but just not on PS4, which, of course, would be upsetting not to see Obsidian stuff on, you know, PS4 and Sony platforms in the future. But yeah, I will let you guys know what happens with this. But let's talk a little bit more about Microsoft themselves. You know, they have introduced something very interesting. I would imagine Obsidian's games would end up here as well. And that is their Game Pass. Let's take a look at that. You know, I have the Game Pass, and I've actually been really impressed with this. And they recently even added, if we scroll down here, Forza Horizon 4. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Game Pass or not, if you're familiar with it. But it's basically almost like Netflix for video games. You go in, you subscribe to it, you get like a 14-day trial period that's free. But then you go in and you subscribe to it, and then you get all of these games basically under that subscription every single month. So you get access to a full library of stuff for about $10 a month. Cancel anytime. This is not an ad, by the way. I would let you guys know that. I just have this. I've been impressed with it. It's cool that you can play. I can't believe they added Forza Horizon 4 to this already. So yeah, you can see Microsoft, they're doing some big things for sure. And right now, of course, to compete against the likes of Spider-Man PS4 and stuff like that, that's tough to do. But to me, I think they're laying this groundwork for the future of the next-gen console. So we'll see what happens with that. Both platforms, by the way, Xbox and PS4 are stellar. So I'm going to be a diplomat there. I'm serious. But PS4 this generation, of course, has offered some really crazy, amazing games with Spider-Man. You've got Last of Us 2 coming up, Horizon Zero Dawn and stuff like that. And but Microsoft, they're going to be offering, you know, Forza Horizon 4. And the next up, I think, is going to be Gears 5, and then Halo Infinite, which is rumored to be open Halo. Not even open world now. Now we're going open Halo. Someone needs to make an open Halo games channel. Seems like that's going to have to happen. But yeah, you can see that they have been really busy. And they also introduced something called Microsoft, what is it called? xCloud, Project xCloud, which is their brand new streaming service for games. So that's interesting. Maybe Obsidian can partner with them and then do stuff with them, of course. So we'll see what happens with that. And then they have Mixer going on in the background as well. So you have to remember that too. So Obsidian to partner with them could be a very smart business choice at the end of the day. As you can see, they have a lot going on under their umbrella. But again, it's tough competition out there, but it is cool at the very least between Sony and Microsoft to see them all trying to engage in some sort of friendly competition, at least with the crossplay stuff. So I thought that was cool to see. But yeah, totally, you know, interested in this news. Would you guys like to, by the way, see Obsidian Entertainment make a Fallout game down the road? Let me know. I've heard, you know, that Bethesda, they're very clear that they want to keep Fallout games going forward in-house. So they, you know, retain that creative control. All right, let's go over your top comments real quick, shall we? This was related to my latest Fallout 76 video. Remember to post a comment down below. You never know. It could end up right here, smack dab in a video, so go for it. So the first top comment comes from Darkside42, who says, I just hope this game has big downloadable content like Nuka World and Far Harbor. And of course, we're talking about Fallout 76 now, so keep that in mind. And yes, I agree with what you are saying there. Now, if they do add big expansions to Fallout 76, the big takeaway for me is that I want it to be within the current existing map. I would prefer not to load up into a new map space, you know. It kind of separates the players, and I think it would make matchmaking a little bit more difficult. And I think the intent here is to just keep changing up the map, much like Fortnite does with their map. Next top comment comes from Archeref or something. He says, it would be cool to be able to make your own radio stations in-game and play the game's music in any order you want. I would love this. You know, I would also like, it would be cool to me if you could trigger battle music. So if you are shot or hit or something like that, the game recognizes the battle music you have picked, and it's like an epic moment or something like that. Even like when a nuclear bomb goes off or something. I think it would be neat to have a little bit more control of music in your games. Definitely. It's something that I enjoy about, you know, picking my radio stations in games like GTA 5. And I remember particularly some cool songs in Sleeping Dogs. All right, next up we have Matt Christie, who says, the hotel reference and look reminds me of the Continental Hotel from John Wick. And he's talking about Greenbrier Hotel, of course. Let me see if I can get a shot of that up for you guys right now. Right here somewhere. But yeah, Greenbrier Hotel is absolutely stunning in Fallout 76. I can't wait to visit it. That's going to be so exciting, of course, to really get into. Can't find the shot for you guys, but yeah, there's a whole hotel in Fallout 76. And huge fan of John Wick, by the way, for sure. Here it is. Here's Greenbrier Hotel. It's called the White Spring Resort in Fallout 76 as well. And it would be very, very cool to see, you know, some sort of John Wick game in the future. But they did such a good job with this hotel and the interior. I can't wait to explore it for myself. But yeah, it does have that John Wick type feel for sure. All right, next comment. Oops, sorry. Next comment comes from PD Plays, who says, the real question is, will there be pets like dog meat or like a passive death claw or potentially a solo private server that you wouldn't pay for? Because I have this feeling we're gonna have to pay for a private server. And I think you're right, PD Plays. I think your feeling is right on the money because previously, you know, they have stated over and over again they want to offer it as a service regarding private servers. So you won't be able to host your own server, and it seems like you're going to have to go through Bethesda, which I think is going to cost you perhaps monthly to do anything like that. All right, Anthony Stark says, I get it. It's a post-apocalyptic world. Wow, so Wastelanders, while seen everywhere else, aren't really going to be found in the Wasteland. But all of the quests will be stuff like bring the music to whatever the name was, which makes no sense if there aren't any people, including ghouls in-game. There are ghouls, by the way. He says, the number one thing modded in the game will be NPCs. Doesn't make sense to me. I want this game to thrive and live for as long as possible. I just don't think it will last till late 2019, and you'll have to squad up to even see more than 4 people in the server. This is, I think, the biggest concern with the game right now is the lack of NPCs. And I do get that concern, but a lot of that has been alleviated by, you know, some of my buddies that have gone to these events and they've come back and they said it was a ton of fun. Of course, they only played 3 hours, but from, you know, their description of certain quests and stuff, they say the lonely feel is kind of appropriate to the apocalypse, so there's that. But, you know, eventually I would love to see NPC support down the road. It's just a discussion that keeps going and going for sure. But guys, there it is, the latest happenings around news about, you know, open world games. This time we're not directly talking about Fallout 76. We're talking about Fallout New Vegas and the Fallout universe. So let me know what you make of that news about Microsoft potentially acquiring Obsidian Entertainment. But guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned here to Open World Games for more news about Fallout 76 and much more. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on that bell notification icon. Thanks guys, and I will see you soon enough in the Wasteland. Take care.